afternoon. I'm Annabelle Sedano with Kathy Vara here. We're following breaking news. Police are in pursuit of a robbery suspect.
Let's get to NBC4's Julia Ding. She is at News Chopper 4. Julia, are we still in Sylmar right now?
Yeah, we're in Pacoima right now. This is coming down the 5 freeway, southbound 5. There's no other helicopter over it. It's just us right now, but CHP has quite a few ground units. This came down from Magic Mountain. That's when we first started hearing about this. You can see this white SUV. It's in the HOV lane. It was doing, well, right now it's going over 90 miles per hour. This pursuit suspect wanted for burglary. And look at this driving, just straddling that double white line, veering in and out of the HOV lane. And he did miss his opportunity to get on the 170. So this is now heading into Burbank on the 5 freeway, southbound on the 5. And you saw that black and white just over there on the other side of the freeway. Looks like CHP is setting up additional units trying to apprehend this driver, but he is still going, exceeding 80 miles per hour down the 5.
All right, so we've seen speeds up to 100 miles per hour. We're seeing the driver change lanes, obviously desperate to get away.
Traffic isn't too heavy. That's what's allowing this driver to drive like that, to veer in and out of all these lanes, that they're definitely not going to try a pit maneuver at these speeds. They did set up spike strips about 15 minutes ago. That was on southbound 5 near the 14, but the driver, I don't believe he drove over the strips. I believe he went around that spike strip. CHP, however, was authorized to do that when this driver was going about 90 miles per hour. You can see now, it looks like this is close to 110 miles per hour on our speedometer, and it's just a clear shot down the 5 freeway. When he does come up on other cars, he's just veering into that other lane. He's primarily on the left side of the southbound 5, not driving like he's impaired, so CHP is having a hard time, I think, in keeping up with him.
Just a bit here, but still staying in that shoulder. CHP directly behind the SUV with at least 2 squad cars at this point and a plane up ahead. So they are keeping tabs on it. They are still actively in pursuit, have not elected to go to surveillance mode at any point. And yeah, you can see from that SUV, not really the best center of gravity, still kind of bobbing and weaving its way really close to that center divider. Don't see any damage to the SUV, so hasn't crashed into any vehicles. Whoa! As soon as I say that, there we go. Yeah, rear-ended that small little Kia right up there in front of him. So now he has run out of shoulder room, and he's in the fast lane, so it's going to be a little more, could get a little more aggressive. He's trying to make his way through traffic.
This driver keeps going back to the shoulder. That could also mess up one of its tires. We do know that there's some nails, there's a bunch of stuff that's on that shoulder that oftentimes will destroy a car's tires. So that is that's a tricky situation there.
We are over a pursuit. This is a robbery suspect. This is a white SUV right there that you see here. This is a pursuit that started right around noon. Almost 30 minutes ago. What we are learning is that this is a robbery suspect that is in this white SUV. And this happened, again, just before noon in Santa Clarita near Magic Mountain. We are being joined right now by retired Riverside Police Lieutenant Chuck Griffiths. He's on the line with us as we watch this pursuit. And we are certainly seeing some aggressive driving. I mean, this person's really pretty reckless out there on the highway.
Yes, he is. I've been monitoring it for a few minutes. He has been driving on the left shoulder and then the fast lane, and at one point he came up, and I'm not sure if he made contact with another car, but he came very close to the rear end of another vehicle. CHP is staying with him. It looks like they are still engaged in the pursuit. They haven't gone to a following. So they are there to warn the public with their lights and their sirens to make noise and alert people that this is coming their way and for cars to get out of the way.
Yeah, and it's these aggressive lane changes that we are seeing right now and these high rates of speed. When you're driving on a highway and you see somebody coming up really fast, oh gosh, it's so aggressive. Now he's almost coming to a stop here in the fast lane. Again, slamming on the brakes. Tapped that car right in front of him. He's pushing that car now. Tapped it again because he wants this person to move, and this person in this white, it looks like maybe a Lexus, doesn't necessarily know that this person is involved in a pursuit and, is trying to figure out why is this person hitting me, and they're stopping. And, this is really a bad situation because these people in this white SUV that's being chased by the CHP are so aggressive and now continuing on, and the driver of that other car is unaware of what's happening.
Clearly, this person is willing to do anything that they need to do to get away. We've watched him recklessly drive and actually make contact with other vehicles. When does that start to change how they might chase this person? Because look, again, going onto the shoulder, really coming close to vehicles and sideswiping them very possibly.
Yeah, unfortunately, there was a study done years ago, and there were so many people that were injured or uninvolved third-party accidents due to police chases. So they kind of want to give the suspect room, give him distance. Time is on the officer's side. They have a helicopter, they have radios. So they don't want to get right on top of him to force him to drive any more dangerously than he is.
We see that side view mirror hanging on the side. We don't know when that was knocked off like that, but we did see them tapping that other car. And it looks like they're having trouble with the tire there. Is that what you're seeing, Lieutenant? It looks like that front passenger tire has gone flat from this vantage point. Am I imagining that, or are you seeing that as well? Okay, it is coming off altogether. And, we often talk about them, being on the shoulders. There's a lot of debris in the shoulders. And now we see that that tire is really basically falling off here.
He looks like he's being able to keep it straight at this point, but I'm sure it's pulling to the right pretty heavy.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be harder and harder to steer. It looks like they are pulling over to the side here. And we hope. And they lost the driver's side also, that tire. So apparently they have gone over something. They have now pulled to a stop.
We don't know if there's anybody else armed in the car. Bruce, we're watching this right now. Tell us what the officers are sort of doing right now, because we know they're doing some commands of some sort.
Yeah, they're talking to this person using verbal commands, asking them to drop the keys out, open the door as the suspect's doing, keep your hands above your head, keep them away from your waist, comply to our commands, walk back to our vehicle, or lay down in the center of the street, and then they'll do a tactical approach. But it looks like the suspect is complying.
Yeah.
Okay. That is the best of all circumstances.
It's interesting they don't have them laid down yet. But, obviously they know what they're doing, and they must not see what...
I'm sorry, but different agencies do different felony traffic stops. Some will call them back to the door frame of the car and then handcuff them and search them. Others will have them lay out in the middle of the street. Others will have them go into custody right in front of the patrol car.
Right now, this is coming down the 5 freeway.
The chase began just before noon in Santa Clarita. That's when CHP officers spotted a possible robbery suspect in a white Ford Expedition heading southbound on the 5 freeway at Magic Mountain. Speeds reached over 100 miles per hour as News Chopper 4 got overhead.
Fortunately, we don't have a lot of traffic right now on the southbound 5, but you can see this one black and white, this one CHP unit in hot pursuit.
The chase continued down the 5 through the San Fernando Valley. Soon after, we saw the LAPD airship trying to catch up with the chase over the Griffith Park area. That's when we hopped on the freeway half a mile behind officers. At that point, the driver began using the left shoulder to try to get around traffic, but hit several vehicles along the way.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Just hit an SUV right in front of it. Another white SUV still southbound on the 5. Look at that! Both cars still going.
Eventually, the driver made his way onto the 10 freeway heading west towards the 405.
I think it just hit yet another car. This is westbound on the 10.
Where he continued at high speeds and even using the shoulder. But this time, his front driver's side tire was clearly shredded, forcing the driver to pull over.
This pursuit, I think, is finally coming to an end.
Moments later, we caught up to the end of the chase on the 10 at National. Officers searched the man's car and the man himself.
So do you have anything to say? I would like to say that when I get started, I'll be replaced by another person. Say it louder. That when I get in this car, I'll be replaced as another person. Another person will replace me.
Around 10:30 Thursday morning, a man in a white
white t-shirt, blue jeans, ball cap, and sunglasses, walked into one of the vehicle bays at A1 24th Street Smog Check, wielding an AR-15 rifle. According to the business owner, who declined to give his name, the suspect ordered the owner of a white 2011 Ford Expedition onto the ground. The suspect hopped into the Expedition and peeled out.
Safety of Muscle 215 just occurred on the east side at 1230 24th Street. The suspect is Hispanic, male, mid-30s, thin build, 5'8", white shirt, blue jeans, armed with a pump AR-15, loss will be a white 2011 Ford Explorer, California 6-band, dated Mary 009.
Turned out he was headed to L.A. The California Highway Patrol says he stopped at a gas station in Lebec, just north of the L.A. County border, and ordered the clerk at gunpoint to allow him to pump $50 worth of gas. But he drove away without actually pumping any. The Bakersfield Police Department says it learned around noon that the CHP had joined the chase near Magic Mountain. The suspect, who police say was wanted for burglary, topped speeds of 100 miles per hour at times as he raced down Interstate 5. He eventually made it to Interstate 10 in West LA, bumping into the back of another vehicle not once but twice. He later knocked the side view mirror off the Expedition when he came too close to another car. Then a front tire went flat and quickly fell apart. That's when the suspect pulled over and surrendered peacefully into police custody. Police recovered the AR-15.